Hi, everyone. I'm Sandy Chika from Riverside Brookfield High School, just outside Chicago, Illinois, and I'm here to talk about extracting information from data. In this particular video, we're going to look at extracting knowledge from data and metadata, but also being aware of the difference between causation and correlation. So, what will we learn? Well, hopefully, you'll be able to describe what information can be extracted from data, as well as what information can be extracted from metadata. In order to do that, we need to know that information is a collection of facts and patterns extracted from data. Data provides opportunities for identifying trends, connections, and addressing problems. Digitally processed data may show correlation between variables, but we need to make sure that we don't automatically assume it's a causal relationship. And often a single source does not contain the data needed to draw a conclusion. You also need to know metadata is data about data. Changes and deletions made to metadata do not change the primary data. Metadata are used for finding, organizing, and managing information. Metadata can increase the effective use of data or data sets by providing additional information and can allow data to be structured and organized. Whew, there's a lot there. So let's look at an example. What is metadata? Well, the prefix meta could be referred to as behind, among, between. So when I say metadata or data about data, well, it's kind of the data behind the scenes. Some data has information about itself, like who created it, when was it created, what's the size. But why do we care about this? Well, that can help us to identify information about the actual data and help us to track and organize a lot of different pieces of data. So let's look at an example. So we might want to look at a photo or image. So I have a photo here, and some of the metadata that I might collect here is the date. I actually took this picture in February of 2020. The location, well, this is actually just outside downtown Chicago. And the time, oops, a little out of order. The time was about 2:30. I might get other information like the height, the width, the pixels. I might even find out the type of compression. You'll look at compression more in another video. So let's take a minute and practice and see if you can find some examples of data. In a situation here, I'm looking at what kind of metadata might there be about a book or a document. So pause your video and see if you can come up with examples of metadata, both seen here and unseen. All right, I hope you took a look at this and came up with some ideas. So some of my ideas are the author. I'm the author of this particular document. The title, Miss Chika's Secrets to APCS Success. Maybe some metadata might be a genre. Is it fiction or nonfiction? Is it a mystery? Is it a novel? Is it a biography? Well, some might say the secrets to AP success are a mystery, but I don't think so. The date of publication, when was it written? How long is it? Now, you might come up with some more ideas of metadata. Feel free to talk to your friends and teachers about other examples. So how might this be used? Well, actually, metadata is used by a lot of different algorithms. So every time you download a song or a book or even download or stream a video, often you'll get suggestions for other books, music, or video because they can look at the metadata and use an algorithm to determine what genre you might be most interested in, or if there's a certain author or artist that you are most interested in, and that's how they might come up with some other suggestions. It also might be used to organize inventory, like in a library. All right, let's look at another example for analyzing data and what we can get out of it. So we might want to look for patterns. The data allows us to gain knowledge by looking for trends, patterns, or even helping us to answer questions. Here's an example. I have some student IDs here with years in school and GPAs. Well, what can I find out about my students? What kind of insights might I be able to do if I were to analyze this data? Well, I might find out which class is the highest or lowest GPA. Or I might even find out who has a GPA over or under a certain level to see who might qualify for certain programs or opportunities. This can be really useful in all different scenarios. But I do want you to be careful when you're looking at patterns. There are some times when you can be misled by trends or patterns, and it's not just because of the size of the data. That could be an issue. But the thing I really want to make sure you know is correlation does not imply causation. Here's some data I gathered from two stores close by each other. One had, among other things that they sold, ice cream cones. The other, among other things they sold, were sunglasses. I looked at those stores to see how many ice cream cones were sold over a variety of days, and on those same days, how many sunglasses were sold. And I decided to illustrate that in a scatter plot. My horizontal axis has the ice cream cones sold, and the vertical has the sunglasses sold. I can see as my ice cream cones sold increased, so did my sunglasses. Hmm. Does that mean that eating ice cream cones cause people to need sunglasses? Is that affecting my eyesight if I eat too many ice cream cones? Well, no, of course not. But there could be other data that are actually influencing both of these. In this case, warm weather or sunny days actually might cause more ice cream cones to be sold because that's so refreshing. And we might need to help ourselves see a little easier without being blinded by the sun, so we might buy some sunglasses. So there's actually a third set of data that we need because that third set of data, the temperature or how sunny it is actually affecting both sets of variables in this case. So, what should we take away? Well, we can describe information that can be extracted from data as well as from metadata. We need to know information is the collection of facts and patterns extracted from data. It provides opportunities for identifying trends, making connections, and addressing problems. We can process data to show correlation, but remember, correlation does not imply causation. Often a single source does not contain all the data we need to draw a conclusion. The metadata are data about data, and changes or deletions to this should not change our primary data, but the metadata can provide useful information for finding, organizing, and managing information. Metadata can increase the effectiveness of using data by providing additional information and helping us to structure and organize our data. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you'll come back and watch more of the CS Principles videos. In the meantime, go out and have some fun with CS.